Goofballs, a football podcast where every week we talk about the NFL playoffs. And finally, they're back again. So now our podcast is relevant again. Like I said, every 52 weeks, let's just talk about the playoffs. And then now here it is. It's playoff time. We get 4 weeks of glory, and the 6 teams, in fact, because it was such a super weekend. 6 teams, in fact, became winners of a playoff game, some of them for the first time in a very long time. And we can talk about the teams that are in. The thing is, I'd like to say that Goofballs is 48 hours past football. We're about 2 days after a lot of the games have happened, and that's gives us a nice perspective. So already we can dice into everyone's talked about last week's game. We can get right into next week's game, and to do that, as always, is Johnny Schwartzbein and Andrew Grace. And as always, at the beginning of every episode, they have a fierce debate about something. So we'll have to go back to that segment where Andrew and Johnny have a fierce debate. And this week's debate is Baker Mayfield or Kyler Murray. Johnny, you go first.
I'll take Kyler Murray just because I think for his future, not only is his upside look better, but his division is going to look better 2-3 years in the future to me. The Rams are on their way down. The 49ers are in disarray, about to probably lose their defensive coordinator, foreshadowing to your segment. And the Seahawks will always be pretty good to good, I think, as long as they have Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. So I think if the Cardinals have Kyler Murray and he shows his upside, better looking to me than the Browns in that very, very tough AFC North.
Okay, I'll take Baker Mayfield because he books, okay? And we all know quarterbacks who book a lot of commercials, whether it's Patrick Mahomes or Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers. They have really great long careers. There's something about it. It's just them getting on set, improvising with actors, and having these moments of performance where they're like, God, there's more to life than his quarterback position. It's kind of fun acting there, like if this thing doesn't work out, I'm definitely moving to Los Angeles and pursuing that. So I think that's a pretty big mental edge there. And there's just not enough commercials for, and he's in a couple of commercials. So it all depends on what kind of happens on that end. But as of now, Baker Mayfield has the definite edge there.
Very convincing. After that argument, I'm going to go ahead and stick with mine. Kenneth?
Man, that was fierce. You guys got to tone it down for some of the listeners out there. But I think what I thought about was, my girlfriend talks a lot about this Baker Mayfield commercial. Well, to Baker Mayfield, and not that she has any feelings for Baker Mayfield, but she does like those commercials. Probably one of the only football players that she's intimately familiar with on a knowing who they are level. And I'm also curious, Baker Mayfield in these most recent commercials, he is carrying these green grocery bags. Does anybody see this? Where have you ever seen a green grocery bag?
I have. I can't remember where though. I know one grocery store. I can't remember if it's Vaughn's or Gelson's, but the produce section has like the thin, the thin plastic bags that you put like individual vegetables and fruits in. Those are green, but I can't remember where there's a green bag, and that bothers me. Sprouts is regular because the logo is green. Wouldn't make sense.
It also might have been blue. I don't remember.
Okay, well if it's blue, then you lost me.
I believe they could have been blue. And I said,
I think they were green, Kenny. I think you remembered correctly.
Okay, great.
They're not a common bag. It's not a common color for a grocery bag. I do believe the Food Emporium in New York City has green grocery bags.
Local.
And I've never shopped in Cleveland, and that's been one of my lesser qualities.
Oh, speaking of commercials, real quick. First impression, right off the top of your head. Who will be the next spokesman for Chunky Soup, Andrew?
I am going to go ahead and say, you know what? Kyler Murray, because I do think he's about to start booking some stuff.
Kenneth?
Deontay Johnson of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going to go Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
He seems like a chunky person.
I think you guys had good ones too.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. This is the start of a good episode.
That's right. Just in case, we would like to remind the listeners out there as much as possible, you're listening to a good show.
Yeah, don't turn it off yet.
Yeah, don't turn it off.
And if the listeners are thinking, it did seem like a good start. Andrew took too long getting to his chunky quarterback person, chunky soup person. I did. So I got to tighten that up a little bit.
Yeah. Got to be careful with the chunky quarterback people. Well, let's see. Let's talk about what happened in the first. No, we're not talking about that. We're 48 hours away from football. We're 72 hours or so from the next round of games, beginning with my LA Rams. This is my team at the Green Bay Packers. And, I think that the Rams I don't know. We're all done with lock it in, but does anyone want to lock in a Super Bowl winner at this point?
Super Bowl winner or Super Bowl matchup?
No, Super Bowl winner. I don't care about your matchup. Go straight for the gut.
Okay. You go.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
you go. I don't want to take yours. I don't want to take yours. You go.
I'll tell you this: it's not going to be the Chiefs. It's not going to be the Chiefs.
Well, mine isn't either.
Well, okay, that leaves Andrew. Andrew, is yours going to be the Chiefs?
No, it's not.
Wow, clean sweep. Wow. Not the Chiefs.
Okay, then I'll go first. I'm going to lock it in right now. Everyone listening, put all your Vegas bucks down on this little nugget. The Buffalo Bills will win the Super Bowl in February 2021. Hey, why not? The world's crumbling around us. Why not let the Bills get the last Super Bowl?
Could be the last one. Could be the last one. Underrated storyline. Nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about how this could be the last Super Bowl. And
yeah, too many are talking about fucking how Alex Smith came back from a stubbed toe or whatever. Give me a break, loser.
Get a name. It's not so basic.
He's a basic bitch, that Alex Smith.
Well, let me take the heat off Andrew just in case he wants a little bit more time. I don't want to get another stall like we got on Chunky Soup, so I'll go next. So let me just say, I like the Buffalo Bills is an adequate pick, but I'll go one better and go 4 seeds lower to my Baltimore Ravens. I think that they are one of the most dangerous wild card teams to have existed. They're coming off of a team. I like it when a team is last year, they should have won the Super Bowl. Remember when the Kansas City Chiefs went 14-2 or 15-1, and then they didn't win the Super Bowl, and then the next year they won the Super Bowl. Well, this year it's going to be the Ravens, and so I'm picking the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, it's impossible for the Bills and the Ravens to win the Super Bowl, which means I think your pick is wrong.
No, I'm saying that I like your pick of the Bills, but I'm saying it's going to be an even deeper cut in the AFC.
We live in a very polarized black and white kind of world here, Kenneth. One of us has to be wrong and bad, and one of us has to be right and good.
Well, that's the thing, is that Andrew also could be wrong. So let's go to Andrew.
Okay, I was thinking the Ravens as well, but I have a weird feeling about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and and that Byron Leftwich led offense. There's a magic to it, and Tom Brady and the genius, the coaching staff that has somehow gotten everyone this group of players to come together and do so well. So I'll say Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to win the Super Bowl.
Picking Tom Brady to win a Super Bowl. Whoa. Fucking grab the headline, why don't you? And real quick, before we get your take on it, Kenneth. Hey, Andrew, this is for anyone who hasn't checked out the YouTube of this podcast. Go to youtube.com and check out Goofballs podcast on YouTube. Andrew, are you on a balcony?
What's that?
Are you on a balcony of some sort?
Are you on a hotel balcony?
I am outside, yeah.
If you could just go ahead and turn your camera, give us a view. Oh, that beautiful. Look at that. New York City?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It is a good view. I do recommend the podcast link. The video link, the YouTube link. Oh, God, everyone's going to go to the podcast link now. All right, I'll move on from my gaffe. Speaking of mistakes, look, we got Baker Mayfield right here. Well, next week I'm assuming we have picks. Rams, Packers, Ravens at Bills. We're gonna find out whether it's me or Johnny right away. And
it's probably the Chiefs.
Browns at Chiefs and Bucks at Saints. Let me tell you what I'll just say quickly what I don't like about the Chiefs. This isn't necessarily what I don't like. The Chiefs you're probably right. They probably will win the Super Bowl. But the last time the Chiefs won a game by more than 6 points
Here's a stat.
was November 1st against the New York Jets. So their entire second half of their season, pretty close to this 14-2 record could easily look like 12-4, which is fine too. It's good too. And I just think that they might be a little bit closer to the edge than we really give them not enough, blame for.
Real quick, do you know who they played in those games that were within 6 points?
Yes, I do. They were the Carolina Panthers by 2 points, the Raiders by 4 points, the Bucks by 3 points, the Broncos by 6 points, the Dolphins by 6 points, the Saints by 3 points, the Falcons by 3 points.
So it's like what you put in your coffee. It's half and half.
I don't put anything in my coffee, so this confuses me. I drink my coffee
scalding hot coffee take. Nothing. Straight black. Like at a roulette wheel. You're going to bet on your coffee, Kenneth.
I've been an intermittent faster for 2 years, and the only thing I can really have outside of that eating window is coffee with it, but it has to be black coffee. Although if it didn't have to be black coffee, it would still be black coffee.
Yeah,
Can you put ice cubes in it?
No, never.
Yeah, I'm an intermittent faster. So I will intermittently fast intermittently.
Yeah.
How do you mitten, Andrew?
How do I mitten? I've kind of been mittening a little bit, but my eating, I just don't eat till noon. But depending on when dinner is served, I'll eat late. It's like I'm a noon to whenever dinner's done.
You're one of those New Yorkers that gets like a 3 a.m. gyro.
I've had some late night eats. The noon a lot easier.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me give a little segment here. We are going to talk about some openings of head coaching vacancies, and there are 7 after the Philadelphia Eagles fired Doug Peterson. And Johnny, I don't know if we've ever mentioned this on the show before, but you're an Eagles fan. Do you have any thoughts on letting go of Doug Peterson that you'd like to get off of your chest?
Yeah, fine, good. Scrap him. Fuck him. Fuck everyone. Fuck everyone except Nick Foles, and he's not even on the team. This team was horse shit, and they look like they're going to be horse shit for a long time. But you can't get rid of Jeffrey Lurie, and Jeffrey Lurie's not going to get rid of Howie Roseman, so might as well get rid of everyone else.
Do you like anybody on the team?
Do I like anyone on the team now?
Yeah. Is there anybody that gives you hope? Like, man, that guy's
left?
So good.
You know what? I like Dallas Goedert a lot, and that's because we're losing Zach Ertz. But no, I think he's been the best second tight end in the NFC at least.
Sure.
So I like his upside. The running backs, I don't like really any of them. The whole offensive line is old or young and garbage. None of the wide receivers have lived up to where we drafted them or where we traded from. Secondary sucks. The linebackers are okay. The defensive line, I mean, when is Fletcher Cox going to make an impact the same year he makes a Pro Bowl? I don't know.
Yeah.
Jake Elliott's spotty.
Yeah.
I like Jalen Reagor as a returner, like a punt returner.
All right. Well, the Eagles do suck, and that's been established at this point, I think.
Yeah, they do. Like a Dyson. They suck good.
Andrew, you had a thought?
Well, my thought is, like, they made the playoffs last year. They won a Super Bowl the year before.
Barely.
I think it's pretty outlandish that having an off season in a year of COVID where you don't make the playoffs is enough to get you fired for a team whose coach won them the first Super Bowl in the history of their franchise. That's like, I mean, from the traditional wisdom that I assumed was like, if you won a Super Bowl, you got yourself at least like 2 years of like bad seasons. And the year before they made the playoffs, so he was only on his first year of terrible season. What's that?
It was actually 2 full seasons. So it was Super Bowl, playoffs, then this season.
Okay, so all right, so 2 playoffs, 2 years of making the playoffs, right? And so this is technically his first bad season since winning the Super Bowl. His first season that he didn't make the playoffs. I mean, I just don't understand why there's not more buzz around the fact that seems. And then of all years, it's like with this horrific pandemic and all this horrible, horrible trend. Like it just seems to me to be a little bit like I'd be like, what? Like good luck getting anyone to come to this team that has an untradeable quarterback who lost his starting job and has a huge contract. Who wants to go to Philadelphia to coach? Good luck.
I would expect nothing less from a fucking New York Giants fan. You've never, in your entire life as a Giants fan, have probably never had to look towards the future because you're always stuck with that vanilla pudding with a helmet, Eli Manning. And now look at you. Now look at you. You didn't look towards the future because you're still living off of 2 lucky wildcard seasons. Super
All right,
Bowls.
enough NFC East talk. Enough. At some point,
it's the most important division in the league.
Shut down the NFC East. Nobody wants to hear it. So there are 7 openings. Speaking of the NFC East, where there were so many last year and there's still one this year, you almost think that Doug Peterson, somehow they created that situation with him putting in Sudfeld in the 4th quarter just so that they could make him a laughing stock right at the end of the season.
They needed to see what Nate Sudfeld had.
Hey, I don't have a problem with it. I just feel like maybe Lurie luried him in by saying, you got to do something for me. I want to see Sudfeld. And he goes, come on, what if the game is close? I want to see Sudfeld or you're fired.
What did they think they would see where they'd be like, oh, Nate Sudfeld's going to be the starter next year or he's definitely going to be the backup for 5 years. What the fuck were they going to – what was the – what was the point of it?
He has a great game and he has a great quarter and they give him a huge contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Atlanta
12
Falcons,
years, $4 million.
The Atlanta Falcons, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New York Jets, the Houston Texans, and the LA Chargers all have head coach openings. We're going to link someone to each of those head coach openings. But first, to get a feel for some of the candidates, I've got 5 pictures up here of head coach candidates. I've tried to disguise their identity or anything that would give them away because I don't think you guys know their identity. But even if you did, it wouldn't really matter. We're going on first impressions. So, Andrew, I want you to tell me, you got to watch the YouTube to get the picture idea, but trust me, we're going to give you audio the whole time. I'm not going to stop talking. Someone's going to always be talking, but you get the visual element too, just like Andrew here. Tell me your first impression. Do you think this guy's going to be a great head coach?
No.
Why not?
Because Nick Saban does all the work at Alabama.
So you see that he's connected to Alabama. You've put together the helmets and everything like that, and you've said that this guy is connected to Nick Saban. So okay, well, Johnny, what are your thoughts?
I don't think so for 2 reasons. One, he's a bald guy that shaves his head on purpose, but still has like a full shit kind of goatee forward beard. It's never a good look. 2, it looks like when he's talking and he yells, his mouth makes like a clamshell, which is disgusting to me. And 3, his last name is probably Sarkisian or Kiffin.
Last name, interesting. So here's the big reveal that I get to do. Johnny, what if I told you that this guy would help you with your Super Bowl winning pick? This is Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills. As noted at the beginning of the segment, I'm not trying to give it away, so it might get tricky sometimes. That's Brian Daboll of the Buffalo Bills, the offensive coordinator. Either of you have any comments?
Yeah, that he doesn't make the Buffalo Bills offense happen. Only one person does, the person that I've had faith in the entire time, Josh Allen. Loved him from the beginning.
Frank Gore.
Always loved him. Always thought he was better than Carson Wentz. So I don't want him.
Andrew, thoughts on the Bills offensive coordinator?
My thought is you got me good there, Kenny. I was just Googling a lot of NFL coaching prospects from Alabama. Just trying to see if I can guess the name. You got me good there. You got me good.
That's what I do, Let's go to the next one here, and who knows if someone will be biased at all, but here we go. Johnny. This is our next head coaching candidate. By the way, Brian Daboll is very much considered an offensive genius of high regard who will definitely get hired somewhere. But Johnny, your thoughts here as I profile for the watchers at home or the listeners visually. He appears to have a Dallas star on his chest, and he's directing something with a headset from Bose.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I don't know who that is. But just looking at him, he kind of has like a hair, like he's slicked, like a shark's fin. And he looks like the kind of guy that used to be muscular and doesn't work out now, which is like someone I hate that just let their body go, even though they were probably an Adonis, which I wish.
LL Cool J once rapped about his head being like a shark fin. For any,
I rewatched Deep Blue Sea. It is bad.
I can't wait.
Very bad.
It.
Michael Rappaport, Samuel L. Jackson, Aaron Eckhart. No one can save it.
Surprised that Michael Rappaport got so many acting roles. Anyway, Andrew, your initial thoughts, gut feeling, is this guy got the makings of a good head coach?
I do agree with Johnny. He's he looks like he was a former player, based off just like forearm size and shoulder width. And he, I don't know who he is, but he definitely looks like a coach. But I think that former player thing is big because a lot of players, it's kind of hard to be like, hey, be the best accountant ever. Also, I don't know how to do math,
Well, let me stop you there. This guy is Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator of the Indianapolis Colts, one of the most sought after coaches as well on the market of circuits.
Okay.
Let me take you to another friend of mine. And remember, this is not trying to get anything right. This is not a quiz. This is just your gut feeling, gut reaction. Andrew, gut reaction is this guy got the makings?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good intention to go into this. This is not a quiz, Anderson. Just calm down, baby. Calm down. You know, I got a little nervous there. You know, just looking at this guy, I gotta say he looks a little more GM. Like he's got a little he looks a little businessy here. But you know what? That's probably because he doesn't have a headset on. And once you pop the headset on, it's kind of like putting the cape on for Superman. So I got you know what I gotta say? He looks like he's a little bit of a sense of humor. And I think that's kind of a good thing in the locker room. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you like him, Johnny?
Yeah. I hate this guy. This guy, he looks like a taxi cab driver that talks too much and can't take a hit. He looks like a schlub that is so arrogantly proud of being a schlub. Like he's the guy in like the gym locker room, like that takes too long to put his clothes on after the shower. I don't like this guy. In fact, I think I hate this guy.
Feels like a daily affirmation.
I don't know him, and I hate him.
Looking in the mirror. That's what I would say.
I put my clothes on in the shower, Jimmy. You kidding me? COVID.
Okay, this is the orchestrator. You know, I think some guys who would like this fellow is Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown and Ryan Tannehill. He's the offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. This one, it did have a giveaway, which is the Flames.
Who wants the Titans offense?
Oh, the Titans. This guy is considered one of the most. He's going to get a head coaching job.
I hate him.
Speaking of, let's see if you hate this guy.
Oh, okay.
Johnny?
I thought you were going to go to the guy to the left. No. The guy to the left, I hate. I really hate him. The guy in the middle, I'm not sure who that guy is. But he looks like a dick. Man, I don't like any of these people.
Maybe are you? Do I look like a dick?
Yes, but I know you. I like you.
There might be a lot of these folks.
I like you, not him.
Well, you know, the thing is, do you think that maybe some of your best coaches out there look like dicks?
I mean, I hate most people.
There you go. Do you hate Doug Peterson?
Yes.
Did you like him in 2017?
You loved him. Couldn't get enough of the guy.
Did you ever like Chip Kelly?
What?
Did you ever like Chip Kelly?
Yes, loved him. Loved him. That Monday night game against the Reds. The Washington football, the new, formerly the bad, but now the Washington football.
We can't even
I almost said the full name. I didn't say the full name. The Washington team. When we kicked their fucking ass, loved Chip Kelly. Oh, God, he was the best.
Andrew, what do you think of this guy on TV?
All right. You know what? Honestly, I don't normally, you know, play the game of tennis that my man Johnny's playing right now. Just, you know, fuck that guy, fuck this guy. But you know what? Let me just fucking hop on that Harley and let her rip. I don't know if I like this guy. Like, it's just something about him. Like, his hair just has so much gel in it. And
that's how you start every time you hop on Harley. You go, I don't know if I.
But yeah, he just kind of looks like if we were like at a party, and I was like I don't know, like I was like, hey man, like you how many cocktails have you had? And he'd be like, I've had one, and now I'm on water. That was weird. That wasn't great.
That's a good.
I don't know. Anyway,
well, let me tell you, this is Lincoln Riley, the head coach of Oklahoma, who has had Heisman winners Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, as well as Jalen Hurts. And there will be some connection between the Eagles and Lincoln Riley.
Fuck them all.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't coach Carson Wentz.
Abe Lincoln, didn't he grow up in Philadelphia?
Abraham Lincoln?
I don't know where Lincoln is.
No, Illinois.
I don't know nothing. Guess what? I don't know anything.
No, I'm Illinois,
right?
You.
That's a kind of brag. Last one. This guy maybe even more football-y looking than the others, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not trying to plant memories in your heads like Total Recall. But, Andrew, thoughts immediately?
You know what? I don't mind this guy. He's just a coach. He's always been a coach. He probably was a graduate assistant, you know, while he was a junior in college, playing quarterback or you know, safety or middle linebacker. He was definitely he was always in some sort of leadership position. He probably wears like Nike cool gear everywhere except when he has to put on a suit he looks like right now he looks like a college coach. He probably complains a lot about the boosters to his wife. Honey, I gotta go see the boosters, and you know how they are. And but I think he's done well enough to be considered. So he'll probably be fired in 2 years. But you know what? Might as well give it a shot.
All right. Well, Johnny, you know that we have a clock running. So your thoughts?
No chin, squinty eyes, piggy nose. He could blow his brains out with a shotgun in front of me, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
This is that's I think I read that same evaluation on NFL.com. But I will say that this is Brandon Staley, the defensive coordinator of the Los Angeles Rams.
No thanks. Give me Deuce. Give me Deuce Staley.
Well, some people are going to give Deuce Staley.
Well, not head coach.
Can you imagine 2 Staley head coaches? The place would go. Wow, the Bears also have something named Staley.
Ooh.
Right? I don't know. But that is Brandon Staley also going to get a head coaching job. When we return to Goofballs, we will be talking about those head coach position openings and the names to go into those openings. So we'll be right back.